Hello and welcome to my channel for news about reports for USA. Please follow and subscribe for more information. Let's begin. In a recent interview, Danielle Busby opened up about how she, as a mother of 6, deals with the fear of missing out. What exactly is the fear of missing out, and what did she have to say about it in the interview? Keep reading for all the details. FOMO, the fear of missing out. The fear of missing out is also commonly referred to as FOMO. In her exclusive interview with US Weekly, Danielle Busby actually referred to it as FOMO throughout the entire interview. She, however, did clarify what it stood for in the off chance some of the fans reading the interview later didn't know. The fear of missing out is something that anyone can experience at any time. It, however, is a very common concept for parents to worry about as they don't want to miss a second of what their children do while growing up. Naturally, with 6 children, fans can assume FOMO is real for Danielle as she can't possibly have eyes on all 6 of her children all of the time. So, how does she cope with it? How Danielle Busby copes with fear of missing out. Unfortunately, there is a certain amount of guilt Adam and Danielle Busby will always feel as the parents of 6 children. They feel this guilt because they know they have a limited amount of chances to give their children one-on-one time. Adam and Danielle, however, have always been great about seizing every opportunity for one-on-one time with each of their girls. They also lean heavily on the rest of their family and friends for support with their children too. Danielle Busby tells US Weekly that she is not a huge fan of the word guilt. So, she didn't want to discuss mom guilt with them. She, however, did admit that she struggles with FOMO. The TLC star admits it is a very hard place to be in because she loves that Adam Busby is willing to get out and do fun things with the girls. She, however, hates when she misses out on fun activities. I'm like, but why didn't we do that before I left? But I love that. I love that about him. I love that he's such an amazing dad, that he wants to do these things for the girls. And so I do miss out, because I love having fun. For Danielle Busby, part of coping with FOMO is just recognizing the fact that she is going to miss out on things from time to time because that happens when you have 6 children and other responsibilities. If she has to miss out, however, she is just happy her girls have such an amazing father to step in. Do you think it is extra hard for Danielle to miss out on things because of how many children she has? Let us know in the comments and keep coming back for more Busby news. Danielle Busby sat quietly on her front porch, the early morning sun casting a gentle glow over the suburban landscape. The house behind her was still, a rare moment of calm before the chaos of the day began. As the mother of 6 daughters, 5 of whom were quintuplets, Danielle was no stranger to the whirlwind of family life. Yet, amid the noise and activity, she often found herself grappling with a deep-seated fear of missing out, a fear that had grown as her children became more independent. It was a struggle she hadn't anticipated. Danielle had always been active and involved, whether it was planning family outings, managing the girls' schedules, or running the family's indoor cycling studio. But as the quintuplets grew older, started school, and began developing their own interests and friendships, Danielle noticed a subtle but persistent feeling of being left behind. She first noticed it when the girls started kindergarten. The school was buzzing with activities, from field trips to class parties, and although Danielle tried to be present for as many events as possible, Adam, her husband, was supportive and understanding. He often reassured her, reminding her that she was an incredible mother who was doing her best. But even his comforting words couldn't completely silence the nagging voice in her head. One particularly tough day, Danielle found herself alone in the living room after the girls had gone to bed. She sat on the couch, scrolling through social media, seeing pictures of other moms at school events she had missed, and she felt a pang of guilt and sadness. Tears welled up in her eyes, and she allowed herself a rare moment of vulnerability. It was then that Adam walked in. He sat beside her, sensing her distress, and took her hand. "Hey, what's going on?" he asked gently. I feel like I'm missing so much," Danielle admitted, her voice breaking. "The girls are growing up so fast, and there are so many moments I can't be a part of." Adam nodded, understanding. "I get it, Danny. It's hard. But you don't have to be everywhere and do everything to be a great mom. The girls know you love them and that you're always there for them." Danielle sighed, leaning into his embrace. "I know. It's hard to let go." In the days that followed, Danielle decided to take a proactive approach to cope with her fear of missing out. She began by setting realistic expectations for herself. She couldn't be at every event, but she could make the moments she was present for count. She started a new tradition of mommy-daughter dates, where she would take each of the girls out individually for a special outing. These one-on-one moments allowed her to connect with each daughter on a deeper level, creating memories that were just as meaningful as any school event. She also found solace in photography. Danielle had always loved capturing moments on camera, and she decided to use this hobby as a way to stay connected with her daughters' lives. She taught the girls how to use a camera, encouraging them to take pictures of their experiences. In the evenings, they would sit together and look through the photos, sharing stories and laughs. It became a way for Danielle to be part of their world, even when she couldn't be physically present. Additionally, Danielle started journaling. Writing down her thoughts and feelings helped her process the fear and guilt she sometimes felt. She wrote letters to her daughters, expressing her love and pride, and saved them for the girls to read when they were older. This act of writing was therapeutic, allowing her to acknowledge her emotions and find peace in the knowledge that she was doing her best. Danielle also leaned on her support network. She reached out to other moms who were going through similar experiences, finding comfort in their shared stories. They formed a small group that met regularly, providing a space to vent, share advice, and uplift one another. Through these connections, Danielle realized that she wasn't alone in her struggles, and that many mothers faced the same fears and challenges. Over time, Danielle's perspective began to shift. She started to see her fear of missing out not as a burden, but as a sign of how deeply she loved her children. It was natural to want to be part of every moment, but she also understood that it was important to give her daughters the space to grow and explore on their own. One evening, as she watched the girls play in the backyard, Danielle felt a sense of contentment. The sun was setting, casting a warm glow over the scene, and the sound of their laughter filled the air. She smiled, knowing that while she couldn't be there for every moment, the moments she did share with her family were filled with love and joy.